I found my childhood teddy bear at a thrift store 200 miles from home. The note inside changed how I see my mother. When I spotted my childhood teddy bear sitting on a thrift store shelf 3 states away from where I grew up, I thought it was just a strange coincidence. Then I found the hidden note my mother had sewn inside 25 years ago, and suddenly everything I thought I knew about my family unraveled. I was killing time before a job interview, wandering through a small thrift store in a town where I knew no one. In the back corner, past racks of outdated clothes and mismatched dishes, sat a display of used toys. That's when I saw him minus unmistakably Brownie, my teddy bear from age 3 to 11. The slightly crooked smile my dad had soon after our dog got hold of him. Even the tiny blue paint stain on his left foot from my elementary school art project. This wasn't just a similar bear. Minus this was my bear. I grabbed him feeling strangely emotional. I'd assumed Brownie was donated after I outgrew him, declaring myself too old for stuffed animals before middle school. My mother had simply nodded when I announced I didn't want him anymore, and Brownie disappeared from my room the next day. The price tag read $2.5. As I carried him to the register, I noticed something odd. Minus, his back seam was coming undone. I'd never noticed a seam there before. Looks like he needs some repair, the cashier said, noticing my examination. I'll fix him, I replied, not explaining that I was essentially buying back my own childhood toy in my hotel room that night. I examined the mysterious seam. It wasn't a tear. It was a hidden pocket, deliberately sewn into the bear's back. Interflied was a folded piece of paper brittle with age. The note, written in my mother's unmistakable handwriting, read, "My dearest Sam, if you are reading this, you found Brownie again. I couldn't bear to simply donate him after all he meant to you. Each month I've been taking him to a different thrift store in a new town, hoping that someday when you are ready, fate might reunite you. I'm flied his left ear is $50 minus enough for a bus ticket home, no matter where you find him. You said you were too old for Brownie, but I don't think we're ever too old for the things that brought us comfort. I miss you, Dad misses you, the door is always open. Love, Mom." I sat stunned, the bear in my lap. When I declared myself too old for Brownie, it wasn't just about a stuffed animal. It was during the worst of my teenage rebellion, the screaming matches with my parents, the failing grades, the bad crowd. 2 weeks after Brownie disappeared, I'd run away from home for 3 days, scaring my parents half to death. When I returned, my mother never mentioned it. We slowly rebuilt our relationship, but there remained an unspoken distance. After college, I moved across the country, calling home only on holidays and major occasions. I checked inside Brownie's ear. The money was still there, minus 2 worn $20 bills and a 10 waiting for a child who might need to find their way back home. I called my mother that night, holding Brownie in my lap. "Mom, you won't believe what I found today." There was a long pause after I told her. Then in a voice thick with emotion, "I put him in 47 different stores over the years. I never told your father. He thought I was just running errands. 47 stores. Mom, I know it sounds crazy, but I needed to believe there was still a connection, that someday you might." She trailed off. "I have a flight home next weekend," I said. "I think Brownie would like to see his old room." My interview the next day went well, but I declined the position. Instead, I found a job closer to my hometown, not in it. Minus, I still need some distance, minus, but close enough for Sunday dinners. Brownie sits on my dresser now. I've sewn his back seam properly closed, but left the note and money inside. Some things are meant to stay hidden until exactly the right moment, when we're finally ready to find them.